Good afternoon, Stan. How are you today?
Great.
Good. How was your week?
It was good. I made it.
You made it? What does that mean?
That I'm here?
That's funny. Is there anything that you want to talk about that happened throughout the week?
We built another house.
That's awesome. How do you feel about that?
Great house. I'm helping the community and the kids and the family, so I feel accomplished.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. That's something to write down so when you get down and feel like you're not doing something correctly, maybe you can look back at that.
I have a new diary.
Oh, you started journaling.
Yes,
Good.
I did.
Good. That's wonderful. Journaling is wonderful. Just make sure not to think too much about what you're writing. Just write whatever comes to mind. It's very, very helpful. So I see that you've done a lot of the things that you had mentioned before that you wanted to do. What are some other things that you might want, to accomplish?
I would like to continue going to school and get my degree,
For working with the kids?
working with the kids, for the community. It's hard
Yeah,
to
it
do
is.
a few things, everything at once,
Mhm.
and it's a process. But it's,
Well, now that you're journaling, you can kind of take a little step, a page, and maybe write down what your priorities are or schedule. That might be a little helpful for you because you are doing several things at once. What is something that you'd like to be doing that you're not currently doing?
be more social.
Okay.
Go out there and talk to other people and meet other people.
That's wonderful. And what steps can you take to get there? Or what steps are you willing to take to get there?
This will be my first step.
Well, definitely coming to therapy is a huge first step, and you recognizing that there were some issues. But as far as socializing and getting out there, do you have an idea of how you would, start doing that?
Not really.
Not really. Joining groups of things that you're interested in. I know you love your construction and you love building things, so there might be a group or something that you can join that has similar interests.
I'm thinking of getting a pet.
That's a wonderful. What kind of a pet do you want to get?
Don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Okay. Pets are used a lot for therapy. They actually help in and how you feel and your happiness. So that's a wonderful idea. You are progressing wonderfully.
That could be the first step, right?
That's a wonderful first step because then you can walk your pet and get to know other people who are walking their pets. So that's great. That's really, really wonderful. How have you been feeling about yourself? I know that you've talked before about feeling kind of worthless and that you don't do anything right. How have you been feeling lately?
It's been kind of stressful. So I still think that people don't see me when I'm there, and that's the reason why I'm getting depressed again. It's being hard.
Yeah, that part's always hard. Is there anything you think you could do to maybe get some attention focused on you, or make some new friends when you're in that situation where you feel that you're not being acknowledged? Or
I don't know, maybe because when I was a kid, my dad always cared about my brother instead of me. Maybe that's the reason why I feel like that's disconnect from other people.
Right. So essentially what you're saying is that when you see a person, you're kind of fearful of it because they kind of represent what your dad did?
Yeah.
And you feel that you might get rejected?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like you to really write more about that in your journal. That's a really important point that we might need to go deeper in, as far as the effect that your father has had on not only your childhood but your adulthood, and how you view yourself. Because a lot of what happens with us in interpersonal relationships has to do with the feelings we have about ourselves. And if we don't feel totally worthy, we subconsciously push people away or not give them an in to our lives, and we don't even know we're doing it. So
Okay.
journaling might help with that. And since you're already doing it, I didn't even have to suggest it. That's absolutely wonderful. I was going to mention that you journal. I also think that meditation might be good for you. I know that you get anxious a lot, and maybe start trying a little bit of meditation, just deep breathing and things like that before you get in a situation that you might feel stressed about. What do you think about that? Do you think you're willing to try that?
I'm willing to try anything. The stress balls that I had before don't work anymore, so meditation would be a great idea.
Okay. That's wonderful. That's a great response, Stan. You've really developed quite a sense of humor since I've been seeing you. So meditation. You say you're willing to
I'm
do
willing
some
to try
meditation.
everything.
Okay, good. I think meditation will be extremely helpful for you. We talked before about maybe you role played talking to your father and telling him how you felt. Do you think it would be beneficial for you to talk to him directly? Do you think you now have a little more strength to be able to do that, or maybe let's hold off on that and see how things go?
Let's wait until maybe a few more sessions.
Good. Okay, I agree with you. That's wonderful. Were you able to talk to your ex-wife at any point? Because I know you had mentioned.
I tried to, but
Didn't work out.
it didn't work out.
Okay. It might in the future. You know, you're making huge progress. I see a much better self-esteem, more positive, and I hope for you that you will get to the point that you want, that you graduate and start working with the kids. I think that'll make a huge difference in your life. Definitely cutting out alcohol was one of the best decisions you've ever made. And I hope to see you again next week. Remember to keep journaling and bring your journal in with you when you come for the next session, so we can talk about what you've written.
And how many pages do I have to write on my journal?
There's no specific rule. There's no right or wrong. Write what you're thinking, what comes up for you. You don't have to write it in perfect sentences. You just scribble down thoughts and things that are going on with you. Even if you're willing, take the journal with you wherever you go. Sometimes things come up and we write them down right away, so we're able to process them later. Okay? And bring that journal with you next week. And it's been great. This has been a wonderful session, and I'm really, really thrilled with your practice. You know, I truly care about what happens to you and how everything works out.
Okay.
Thanks, Stan.
Thank you.